Hello everyone. Today I will deal with the topic struggles beneath the surface, understanding inner turmoil in Pinter's play The Birthday Party. These are my personal information, table of contents. So let's firstly discuss about Harold Pinter. Harold Pinter was born on 10th October in 1930, London, England. He was died on 24th December in 2008 in London. He was renowned English playwright of post World War II. He is known for complex and challenging dramas. He is notable for use of understatement, small talk, and silence to convey deeper character thoughts. He also uses that pause and silence and that makes his dramas in place different from others. Background: He studied acting briefly at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Started as a professional actor before turning into playwriting. This information is taken from Britannica. Let's see about his key work. The Room and the Dumb Waiter was considered as his debut plays. Another famous works are The Birthday Party and The Caretaker and The Homecoming. Let's see style and themes. That plays feature ambiguous plots, complex characters, and uncertain endings. Often explores that fears, jealousies, loneliness beneath or dialogues. Like we can find that type of ambiguity and that various types of expressions. Pinteresque dialogue, disjointed, ambivalent, with significant silences, we can find in his works. He awarded Nobel Prize for Literature in 2005. Pinter works are powerful, original, and known for their psychological depth and innovative use of language. This is also from Britannica. Now let's discuss about introduction of Birthday Party. The title is The Birthday Party. Author is Harold Pinter. It was firstly produced in year 1958, first published in 1959. It falls under the category of drama. Style of this, we can find the comedy of meaners. Setting of the play, we find that shabby rooming house. And central character is Stanley Weber, who is lazy young boarder. Two mysterious men, Goldberg and Macon. Meg Bowles, landlady. Betty Bowles, Meg's husband. And another minor character we can find is Lulu. This is also from Britannica. Let's see overview of the play. Plot summary. Stanley's false sense of security is shattered by the arrival of two menacing men. Like we can find that at first, in the opening of the play, we can find that there is a secure environment for Stanley. That he is just waking up and connection with that landlady and Betty. We can find that and while going through the all the acts, we can find that at the end he is not that much feel secure due to these two men. The men claim to punish Stanley for undisclosed crimes. The landlady organized a birthday party that descends into violence and terror. Themes, we can find that paranoia, isolation, threat from the outside world. Dialogues style, we can find that frequent pauses, disjointed conversations, and non-squitters. Impact, we can find that established Pinter's unique style of drama. Explored existential anxieties and hidden traits in mundane settings. This is also from Britannica. Now let's explore the characters. That Meg is, as we see earlier, that he is the landowner, that owner of that boarding house. Meg, portrayed as a weak but good-natured slob who engages in constant, meaningless chatter and trivial domestic actions. Her sloppy behaviors are exaggerated and intensify sense of meanness and inadequacy. That despite Stanley talk to her in very rude way, but she is always carry towards Stanley. We can see that in many adaptations we can find that it's a depiction uh, and she is like a mother caring nature. Next character is Stanley. He is a central protagonist of the play, struggling to assert his identity and control against looming threats. His rants again makes behavior seems excessive, garnering sympathy for his plight. His final transformation symbolizes the complete loss of his humanity and agency. Like he is under control of someone now. At the last, we can find that. Next is Mecken and Goldberg. that omniscience and threatening figures who terrorize Stanley using physical intimidation and the bizarre routines. Their meanness is emphasized through the looming perspective and heightened tension. Like we can find that they are they by their appearance we can feel that terror environment. Next character is Pity, Mac's passive husband who never done anything. That means who is very passive in some actions. Like we can find that he is always sitting and reading newspapers. So he serves as a background figure of highlighting Stanley's escalate behavior. This information is taken from Harriet Deer and Irving Deer's article "Painters, the Birthday Party, the Film and the Play." Now let's see critical insight of the characters. That Stanley, his fear, hostility towards Goldberg and Mencken may stem from subconsciously that perceiving them as a threatening father figure. Like we can find that child has that father figure fear. We can also find that type of connection that we also known with Stanley, and we can also interpret them like they are power themselves, and Stanley is also that common people. We can also interpret like that. Next character is Meg. She satisfies Stanley's unconscious desire from infantiling, nurturing maternal figure. There enables his regression from adulthood. Like her stupidity and solveness provoke irritation in Stanley. An underlying source in his fear being trapped in childlike dependence. From Stanley's perspective, he was feared like that. He might depend on for everything on Meg, and that's why he also sometimes behave rudely towards her. This is taken from Simone O. Lester's reflections on Pinter's The Birthday Party article. Goldberg and Mencken, they are interpreted symbolic surrogate father figures, like whose power and dominance over Stanley taps into deep-seated audible fears. Their cruelty in destroying Stanley's sanity represents the omnipotent and threatening force father experts over the son in Oedipal complex. That Oedipal complex is one type of psychological term when we can find that that father and son's relation in that like parent and child's relation. Next minor but important character is Lulu. That Stanley's treatment for her by placing her on a table, and we can find that she is such a way that that subconscious anger and sexual jealousy rather than a literal rape attempt. That her overt sexuality with Goldberg may arouse Stanley's unconscious anxieties, and that he tries to compassionate for impolitely. This is from an article. The psychological depths of Pinter's The Birthday Party. That we can find that in that Goldberg speech, that Goldberg vacant, desperate, lost. We can find that excavates layers of cultural wisdom, but reveals that emptiness and cliches. That illustrate Pinter's concern with the inarticulable origins of selfhood and experience. Stanley's symbolism, that broken glass, we can find that in on second act when they are trying to torture Stanley's at that time, they broke the Stanley's glasses as they want to steal his eyesight or his, we can say that his knowledge from him. That broken glasses symbolize the limitations of rational male gaze, represent the struggles with the conventional understanding the facing human interiority. We can find that it is we can take in both ways, that limitations of rational male gaze, and when that broken glass we can also take this as like someone trying to snatch his eyesight. Overall thematic concerns, that Pinter's dramatization of inner turmoil through protagonist haunted by questions of origin, identity, and meaning. That who I am, and I am in a control of someone. Like Stanley has that question that I am in a control of someone, and throughout the play we are in that suspense that what is the next, and we are not feel that connectedness to play, that plot of play. Profound psychological distress manifested the character's crisis and fragmentation. Innovative dramatic techniques embodies or convey these themes to audience. This information I have taken from Rainer Elias's Harold Pinter's Narrative and Presence article, exploring subconscious motives in the play, like paternal figures, audible anxieties that we talk earlier. That Goldberg and McCann, they are subconsciously perception of them as a father figure. Their intrusion and domination of Stanley could represent the omnipotent, threatening power of father over son. That maternal attachment and regression. We can also find that Meg and Stanley's connection, like motherly connection with Stanley, which is also connected by that. We can say that they are subconsciously dependent over each other. Uh, this also I have taken from this information uh, from Lesser's same article, Simon O. Lesser's reflection on Pinter's The Birthday Party. Sexual anxieties and importance that as we see in the Lulu's case, that her rape, we can find that it is unrecognizable that Wood did rape on her. That tapping the subconscious through ambiguity, like whole the play, we can find that play abstracts ambiguity, create an open space for audience to pour in their own free floating subconscious fear and anxieties. We can interpret in our by ourselves. Lack of concrete explanations forces viewers to become a convert quoters and projecting subjective unconscious content. This is also from same article. Theme of chaos, language, and absurdity in Pinter's The Birthday Party. Chaos, confusion, and the ambiguity of identity. Like Pinter's weaves various themes to depict life uniquely. Characters have vague and ambiguous pasts, adding to chaos and confusion. Audiences must decipher the truth from chaotic and confusing events. Like, for example, we can say that Stanley's mysterious past and uncertain identity contribute to the overall sense of chaos and confusion, that we are not aware about that who are right, that who was right, that Stanley himself, that I have done nothing bad in my past, and then these two men, Goldberg and McCann, that at the end of throughout the play, it is the mystery that what is the past of Stanley, and they are who are these two people who tries to punish this Stanley. This information I have taken from I am Edui's article, reading of Harold Pinter's The Birthday Party. Language is a vessel of unspoken struggles. As we discussed, that Pinter uses Pinter poses and silence to describe that intense situation. So it became by this the language is sparingly but effectively Pinter used. That character expresses discomfort and guilt through their subtle insults. Like we can find the dialogue between Stanley and Meg, that they constantly disrespect each other, and as well as they had respect for each other also. Uncovering the absurdity of existence, that we can find that by this we can find that existential crisis feeling of that who are they, that birthday party mirrors the confusing ambiguous reality of human life, that who are we can also feel that type of absurdity of existence. This is from same article. Inner turmoil and conflict in birthday party, that Stanley's psychological, that we can find that what is the main point when we find that inner turmoil, that Stanley's psychological struggle, that Stanley's destruction of his past career as a pianist hints at eternal conflict and turmoil. Like we can find that he says that I am a pianist, I have done concert in my past, and now we can find that he is also conflicted in his inner self. His regression and dependency on Meg reflect that unresolved psychological issues. Like Goldberg, and next one is Goldberg's dominance and manipulation. That we can find that in this play, that Goldberg is also symbolizes that power of manipulative language. That how manipulation, that on someone's face he is using that sugar coated tongue, and at someone's face but at Stanley's he is like dominance, he using dominance and manipulative language. That dominance, one type of that Stanley represents that struggle for possession and dominance. symbolic triumph of Goldberg, and that's why we can find that Goldberg is as a overpowering Stanley's internal struggles, and Stanley faces external moral, social, family's obligations also. Like not only Stanley's, but we can find that in McCain case also, we can find that he says that blow wind in my mouth. So at that time we can find that he is overpower or triumphant in that. So, in conclusion, we can say that Harold Pinter's play The Birthday Party explores inner turmoil through its various characters. Besides Stanley, we encounter Meg's innocence and the menacing presence of Goldberg and McCain. Pinter skillfully used dialogue and silences to reveal the hidden struggles and fears of each character. Through this exploration, the play shows us that everyone carries their own burdens and conflicts beneath the surface of their daily lives. The Birthday Party is a powerful portrayal of human complexity and highlighting the intricate emotions that shape us all. Like we can find that inner conflict affects the play's whole story. These are some references, and thank you. Now, if you have any question, feel free to ask.
Opinion, how does Max warm and inviting nature console her underlying feelings of loneliness and desire for companionship?
Yes, Kushi. Like makes warm and inviting the nature of conceal her underlying feelings. Like we can find that she is not mentally stable. Like she is always asking for someone's suggestion. Like she is also asking for breakfast. That how was that? How was bread? How was cornflakes? So we can find that by her nature to talk to with everyone, she is trying to conceal that her feeling of loneliness, that she is always want to constantly be with someone. So we can find in that next.
So, Pallavi, according to you, how does the uncertainty in the character's past and motivation affect the overall tension of the play?
Yeah, we can, as I discussed in this presentation, that we never know about the past of that characters, that who is Stanley, who is McCann and Goldberg, and what was their relation, and who is that organization. So we were never that confident or clear about their past. So it creates a conflict that what is the truth, that who is Stanley, and what he done something bad in his past. We have that question. So that past motivations that we can find that affect overall tension in the play. That's it from my side. Thank you.